Hey there guys, John Campea here with my quick thoughts and review of Batman vs. Superman, the Ultimate Edition. Now, I've had a whole bunch of people surprisingly emailing me and asking me if I can give my thoughts on it. So I thought I'd do a quick video on this here now. First of all, let's say this, get the big general stuff out of the way. I do feel like Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition, is a better version of Batman vs. Superman than the theatrical cut. I do believe it's a better one. Is it a night and day difference? Because I've been reading about some people saying, oh, it's a totally different movie. And after watching, remember, I'm a fan of the original theatrical cut. I like the original theatrical cut. Having watched it, though, I don't see where people are coming from saying, oh, it's a totally different movie. No, it's still the same movie with a couple of significant differences. I also don't think it's a vast improvement over the original. Like, I believe it takes a good film and makes it a bit better, but I don't think it's a night and day difference that some people seem to be making it out to be. But there is one key difference I find that we get in this Ultimate Edition than we did from the theatrical edition, and that is this. I found that the theatrical edition of Batman v Superman was really a movie about Bruce Wayne and Batman, with Superman being a very important and key character in that story to give context to this story of Batman. But having watched the Ultimate Edition, what the Ultimate Edition does I'm just taking a wild guess here, but I felt like 25 of the 30 extra minutes of footage were really about Clark Kent and Superman. And what the Ultimate Edition has done for me, it has changed my perception of Batman versus Superman from being a Batman movie with Superman being a key character to being a Superman movie with Batman being a key character. Watching the Ultimate Edition, I felt like the main gist of the whole story was this. It's really a story about Superman trying to understand his role and his place in this world post Man of Steel. I mean, because even in Man of Steel, we saw Superman and Kal-El struggling with between the ideas, what does it mean to do the right thing? We saw his Kryptonian father have one idea, his Earth father having another idea, and him trying to figure out his place in that. But we see that even more so in a world post-Man of Steel. We see Kal-El right from the beginning, like with the whole fiasco in the desert, and I'm glad the Ultimate Edition gave more context to what we saw in the desert. But what we have here is a Superman who not only struggles to understand what does it mean to do good and what does it mean to do the right thing, but he's also understanding the consequences of doing the right thing. That even when he does what he thinks is the right thing, what he believes is unquestionably the right thing, bad things can still happen. When he does what he believes is unquestionably the right thing, people in the world still get angry at him. And people in the world still hate him. It's kind of funny because that's the same thing that happened in the real world. Like in Man of Steel, in that great scene where he was faced with a choice that he either had to kill Zod or allow Zod to kill that family, he chose what he felt was undoubtedly the right thing. And yet all the crybaby suckbags watching Man of Steel going, oh, now Superman's a murderer. No, he was not. He was faced with an impossible dilemma, and he did what he felt was unquestionably the right thing. And as we move into Batman vs. Superman, the Ultimate Edition, we see him now struggling with that and trying to come to copes with what does that mean? That when he does the right thing, and he's struggling with it, when he does the right thing, sometimes bad things happen. And when he does the right things, people still hate him. And he doesn't know, he struggles with, should I just give up? Should I just give up this whole notion of doing the right thing? Because bad things still happen and people still end up hating me. And it gives great context to that conversation he has with Ghost Dad up in the snowy mountain. Because now Ghost Dad gives that story about, we saved the farm, but somebody else drowned. Like, we did the right thing, but you have to accept that sometimes bad things will happen. And it gives far more emotional resonance to when Superman sacrifices himself at the end and dies. Like, I remember John Schnepp saying that was the big thing to him that really changed for him was when Superman died, after watching the Ultimate Edition, it had much more emotional impact on him. And I believe the audience, it'll resonate with the audience emotionally a lot more Because really now, this is a Superman movie as opposed to a Batman movie with a Superman main character. And that was the big thing to me. There are some other really cute little additions, like the Steppenwolf stuff with the mother boxes. That gives context to why suddenly Lex Luthor in prison is going, ding, ding, he's heard it, the call in the night, the god is dead. Now we have context for all that. There are several scenes like that throughout the movie. At the end of it, though, I still don't feel that this should have been a 3-hour movie. Like, even with all the additional stuff, I still found that there were things in this movie that could have been cut out. And really, with some people's criticisms of Batman vs. Superman being, it's called Batman vs. Superman, we had to wait for like an hour and a half for Batman to fight Superman. Well, in the Ultimate Edition, you got to wait 2 hours for Batman to fight Superman. So this edition is not going to make all the critics happy. It's not going to make the fans who didn't like the first theatrical cut, who really didn't like it, it's not really going to make them happy too. But I do believe it is an improvement over the original with that one key difference that gives us a totally different perspective of Superman and his role in this film. And it really does, in my opinion, change Batman vs. Superman into a Superman movie with a Batman as a key character who gives context to the story. So anyway, those are my quick thoughts on Batman vs. Superman, the Ultimate Edition. I did think it was an improvement, but not a night and day improvement that some people seem to think it is. And it's great that other people seem to think it's that much better. Anyway, I want to know what you guys think. Did you see the Ultimate Edition yet? Jump into the comments section and leave your thoughts on what you thought of my perspective of it. Anyway, that'll do it for me. Thanks for joining me. My name's John Campea.